Morning, everyone. How's it going? Monday morning live update market stream. Thanks for joining me. Let a couple people get in here and we'll get rolling. I got the monthly chart pulled up right now. So let's dive in. First off, Stool President. Dude's cracking me up. Okay, you guys, getting into crypto. Got into Link at like what, $20. Left at $15. You just can't write this stuff. Man, that guy's crazy. I just can't get. I just love watching all his kooky stuff. I mean, that guy's a marketing genius. So I don't know. I don't even know what he's up to. I don't know if he really cares about crypto. If he got paid to just start pushing stuff. But that's funny. So anyway, let's take a look at the monthly chart, you guys. So I pulled up the monthly chart this morning, a few minutes ago, and OBV really caught my eye. All right, you guys see this? Bam. What is that? Y'all know what that is? Y'all know what that is? All right. I'm going to draw it out for you guys. Insane. I did not expect to see this. Okay. But mega bullish, right? I mean, this is the reversal pattern, okay, on a monthly chart. Inverse head and shoulders, okay, so, if you guys don't know anything about patterns, your inverse head and shoulders, your head, top, bottom of your head to the neckline, pull it up, that's going to be your target, okay? So we're basically going to target this resistance up here with OBV. So up here, that'll be our target, somewhere around here for this breakout. And of course, we got to wait for monthly close. All right. If we close the monthly in red, we'll probably drop. But, a week left for that. So this is where we're going to target, though, if that breaks. So we have two scenarios here. Okay. We could just continue to fly, go straight up here. Excuse me. We could just fly, go straight up here. Or where's our next resistance at? Here. We don't really have much in the way there. So if we close above this resistance, okay, we're probably going to just fly, right? It's our next resistance. But if not, then, maybe we'll pull back here, retest, and then fly. So either way, it's a good scenario. So either we catch this retest here, or we just fly. I'm okay with either. That retest, though, so keep an eye on that for next month if we got a nice retest there, okay? Or whenever. That would definitely be a potential good buy-in area, okay? So monthly chart's looking great right now. I don't think there's too much else to say about the monthly chart. We obviously broke downtrend. Okay, we retested it. We continued. Or we could say we broke out here. We haven't retested it yet, and we still need to retest at like 93, 100-ish. But in a month or two, this is going to move up a little bit. So going along the lines of this retest here. If on the monthly chart we retest this area here in the 9Ks, okay? Whoops, wrong button. Let me remove this. So if we retest this area down here, okay, somewhere around here, that's going to be a good buy opportunity, more than likely. All right, so we'll keep an eye on that. We'll take it as it comes. Excuse me. We'll take it as it comes, but otherwise, for now, this looks good. I'm not really seeing much reason to not expect at least this to be retested here. Okay. 14K area. Yeah, I don't know. And again, this is a monthly chart, but if we close above here, there's not much keeping us from all-time high. Okay, we could definitely have some fake out aspect, but I don't know. This just looks really bullish. Everything looks good. If you remember our comp chart here, on the weekly, was it on the daily? Let me see. We had a similar reversal pattern here. Okay, inverse head and shoulders. Welcome my wife to the live stream, apparently. I don't know if you guys saw her come in and drop some stuff off. Nice. So yeah, so this is the comp chart. which obviously that inverse head and shoulders played out great, skyrocketed. I'm not saying Bitcoin's going to have that same reaction. Okay. But it definitely could. I mean, that is a reversal pattern at a low. I mean, that's just really nice. So keep an eye on that. Sweet. Check this out, you guys. So this is what my wife brought in. Bam. So I got a little humidor here. And actually, I'm working on a Bitcoin ashtray I made for cigars. I don't smoke too often, but maybe like one a month or every couple months or whatever. But this is cool. So I got like just a random little humidor here so I can store some cigars in it. It's nothing fancy. I think it was like 40 or 50 bucks. Just a little starter one. You know, it controls the humidity and things like that. So it'll be kind of fun to have that. But also, I made a really cool Bitcoin ashtray out of wood that I'm excited to show you guys. It's almost done. Actually, I need to go finish it up this morning, so I'll be posting that soon. Excited to share that with you guys. I thought it was pretty neat. But anyway, so back to Bitcoin. Obviously, super bullish here. Are we even breaking downtrend yet? Not yet. So maybe that would be like our main resistance. Okay, would be this downtrend. So if we do hit resistance, we could hit resistance here. Then we go down for a neckline retest, and then we take off. And that would be my ideal scenario. So let's just play this out real quick. Okay, let's play this out real quick. So let's say we bounce here. All right, so give us a little bit more upside here on Bitcoin. So let's take a little bit more upside. We reject. Down for a retest. And then that would very likely give us at least 20K retest. Okay. If we hold this retest. If we break through that retest, that's bearish. It almost seems unlikely at this point, you guys. Okay. But anyway, so we would watch this level for reloads. And if we reload here, I bet you altcoins just absolutely take a beating. If Bitcoin were to drop there, I bet altcoins would take a huge beating, so it'd be really nice for reload areas. And then maybe we'd go through some accumulation or something, some reaccumulation. I'm not sure. I feel like at some point we need to kind of get some sideways somewhere to really build some really strong reaccumulation to really fly. So that'd be a great scenario. I'm happy with that. As far as weekly goes, Top X is bullish. Like we just broke this high. We're trending up. So basically right now, any buy or any dip is a buy per this Top X chart. So we did cross. So here's one thing we can look at. We did cross here. Okay. We actually pulled back already when we crossed. So never mind. Yeah. So we pulled back already when we crossed. I was going to say that if we cross, you buy a dip, but we already did that. So never mind. But anyway, we got a new high here. I wouldn't be surprised to see a new high made up here. This is just a really nice double bottom, strong reaction last week. Okay. Not even last week, more so a weak rejection last week. So the week before is a really strong, okay, strong reaction. And then we got a weak rejection last week. So as scary as this candle looks here, okay, it is a little concerning because it closed below this one. But it's not engulfing because it doesn't engulf the whole candle body, or the whole wick, But this is low volume rejection. If this was a high volume sell candle, I would expect 10-6 right away. Since we didn't reject that hard, I would say that was a weak rejection, right? For the most part on lower volume. We definitely still have a chance to continue up. So that looks great. We did close above this resistance here on the weekly. Okay, so there's really no reason to be bearish right now. Price action wise, we're at support now. We flip this so it turns green. Okay, low volume rejection into support. We're bouncing on it right now. So unless we flip this over, so yeah, could we get a little drop again? How low did we go? 11.3. Could we get a little drop to the lower part of the zone? Maybe, but it really doesn't seem likely. Like, I almost want to say this is our zone now. But look at that. That's a strong weekly close, you guys. And now we're consolidating above in bullish trend. Like, there's no reason to get bearish yet. There's really not much resistance up here other than this wick, which has been tested now 1, 2, 3 times. If we test this again, Like I said, these wicks are incoming, okay? So we're going to retest those highs. Daily wise, okay, and like I said, you guys start on high time frames and zoom out, or zoom in, I guess. Start on high time frames, figure out your trend. Overall trend is still bullish, okay? Remember what happened on the weekly? Nice little double bottom type thing here, and then we took off. So we do kind of have a head and shoulders here. Okay, we have a little bit of a head and shoulders here. It's a really sharp angle, but it's definitely valid for now. If we break this high, then it'll be invalid to me and it'll be good. But what I do see here is that double bottom, kind of like we had on the weekly chart. Okay, if I go back to the weekly chart, bam. So it looks pretty similar here, and I wouldn't be surprised if this daily OBV soon is pulling up like this. And it's not going to take many buyers to really get this moving, you guys. If we get any upside momentum, people are going to start foaming back in. I think a lot of people are still waiting on a dip, and so we kind of have people holding out hope that there's going to be a dip, and we still have some people shorting. But once we get through any of this resistance up here, it's going to be clear skies pretty soon. We just have to clear it, though. So right here, right now, what do I see? We had a good short scalp opportunity earlier. Nothing I would hold. We're dropping to support now. So I'd look to close those soon if I was in a short scalp. I didn't take it because I missed my entry. I didn't chase. So, if you miss your entry, whatever. Find a new one next time. Okay. So we do have this nice little potential reversal pattern here. Okay. And a lot of times these are where people are shorting, right? People are shorting here because we broke down. But then, you see this nice buying volume come back, this nice strong volume coming back, which could spell potential reversal. Also, we have trend line breakout from downtrend, okay? The important spot we need to reclaim right now is going to be this breakout here, okay? So this is where we need to reclaim, 11,900, all right? So if you're not in a long yet and you don't want a long down here, you're going to wait for a flip here. Okay. So you're going to see 11,900 flip, and then that's where we look to long. Pretty straightforward, right? So make a plan, stick with it. If you're going to short, okay, I cannot short above this EMA support. All right. So I need to see this EMA support lose, flip that, and then we would go down to, 11K area. And then that's when I would look for a short if we flip that. For now, remain neutral on the a little slight bullish on the 6/8 chart. Okay, after this ascending triangle breakup. A lot of times, how's OBV look? OBV could be a retest for sure. Okay, so we need to be in mind, keep that in mind. Could definitely be a retest. Otherwise, it's a little reaccumulation thing, and we continue up. But it's kind of just ranging here. It's going to be in a range here, mid-range. 4H is making a new local high. That's good. All right. But one thing I do usually look for, okay, and I use these diagonal trend lines, is something like this, okay? And I threw that on quick. But anyway, so basically I'd have a retest here, and I would look to short. But we're above EMA support. If my EMAs were split up more, or if I was up here, okay, if I found this up here, something like, and again, this is a crappy trend line, but if I found it like up here in this situation, this is where I'd look to short because we're below my trend line support and below EMA support. Here I can't really short because we are above a support. So we're kind of just in a little range right here between supports, okay? This is going to be a little range for now. If we break it, we likely drop down and go down. If we break it outside, we likely go up, okay? Pretty straightforward, little tight range here. We're getting close to a important point where we're going to start moving soon. As far as Top Goon X goes, we lost a little momentum, but nothing crazy. Maybe we have some bullish divergence now or something. We haven't gotten any divergence markers in a while. This could definitely be a distribution top, but the problem is I don't see a new low. So I see the distribution thing a lot on Twitter, and this wick breaks the low, but we don't have any closes below. So for me to really think that this was a distribution top, I would need to see something like this. Break up here, and then I would expect it like something like this. Okay, but since we didn't break that, we didn't close below that, I'm not counting that as a low. Okay, So for now, I don't think this is distribution, but definitely could be. So something to keep an eye on. Let's dive into low time frames. We've got a nice 1H trend breakout. Okay. So we're showing some strength here. So we're starting to work towards upside. Okay. We still need a break up here though. This candle right here, I'm telling you guys, is 1886 area, 11,900. Okay. 11,886, 11,900. That's where we need to break. It's pretty straightforward. Okay. Top Gun X is showing some upside momentum. Let's see, 30-minute. Okay, not breaking the main uptrend. Breaking low time frame downtrend, maybe a double bottom here. So it's trying to curl up. We do have a nice breakout here. Okay. So, I mean, I definitely can't short at this point. I'm too late on to short even for a scalp right now. You can see buyers are starting to come in. We could still have some downside a little bit. It could be a slow bleed and then we pop up. But at some point, I'm expecting us to have some nice buying show back up. Okay. High time frames are still bullish. Low time frames are starting to shift towards bullishness. You know, they're still in a little bit of downtrends, but they're starting to shift. So you see we're getting back above the EMAs on a lot of time frames. So it's looking good, you guys. Everything looks good on Bitcoin for the most part in the overall picture. I'm not too worried about it completely breaking down on us and crushing the alt setups yet. All right. Ethereum, let's take a look at this real quick, see if it gives us any better clues. Ethereum actually held really well. Okay, OBV doesn't really show anything significant other than what price action shows. Top Gun X is still showing really strong momentum on Ethereum, so that's a good sign. But really, Ethereum held this breakdown beautifully, or this breakout, I should say. So there's no reason to short here. Okay, if we flip this, I'll 100% short this down to 323. Okay, somewhere around there. But for now, we held this nicely. So if today's candle is nice and strong, all right, see where we were like breaking, see where we rejected at, like right at daily resistance. If we get a strong candle here and we flip either of these, okay, so this is going to be our resistance zone. All right, we're going to fly. Okay. The market's gonna recognize this, and it's just gonna take off to 500, no problem. Very likely, okay, if this flips. So we know we got these weak breakdowns on low volume. See how this is decreased seller volume on a drop. That's a bullish divergence right there. So now we just want to see a strong buyback volume response, and actually, we're already kind of getting one. We're like halfway through the day. Okay, we're maybe like 2/3 through this daily candle, and we already have higher buyback volume than we did yesterday on selling volume. So that's a good start. Okay. And I actually prefer to see like these nice steady initial breakouts of downtrend instead of like the crazy pops. So like if we're creating a bottoming little-ish, I like to see it kind of like slowly come out of there and then take off rather than kind of be in a bottoming and then pop up, because then you usually pop back down. Okay. So it's nice to like kind of catch everyone off guard and be like, oh, I'll wait for the dip. I'll wait for the dip. I'll wait for the dip. I'll wait for the, no, there's no dip. Something like that, okay? And that's when everyone starts saying, oh, God, there's no dip, there's no dip. Litecoin held up really, really well. It did the same thing as, what is this daily chart? It held this breakdown beautifully. I'm holding Litecoin. I think it's my second biggest bag. It looks great, honestly. Look at this little pattern here. After a big red candle, this little pattern, it looks pretty similar. You can see Litecoin's doing almost that little double bottom breakout thing. I want to see us break this 62.8 area here. Okay, flip this breakdown. That's obviously where we rejected at, so I want to see us flip that, and then it's pretty much green skies from there too. And then Litecoin could potentially go to 73 is my first target area, but 120 seems relatively reasonable. $80 is this big resistance here, but that's a low volume. I think we're going to flip this if we hit it right away, honestly. That's definitely a resistance area, but I think if we flip that, we'll fly. And Top Gun X buy signal is playing out really well. This is really nice OBV breakout, weak rejection. So Litecoin looks great. Litecoin Bitcoin pairing also looks absolutely amazing. Okay. We're flipping these EMAs. We got a strong volume interest here, but without really much pullback, right? So this is a strong volume candle, right? So if we break through this, we're going to push higher just because of how strong of interest there was here. Okay, so that would be super bullish if we break through that. On the daily, we're looking good. Look at this bull flag breakout on OBV. All right, and I've been saying this for a couple weeks now. I think Litecoin's going to outperform Bitcoin, and it looks like it wants to. Look at this strong momentum on top GoonX. We had a bullish divergence basically here. We're getting some nice buyer volume come back. As soon as we flip this, Litecoin's going to go on a tear. But it did break downtrend on the Bitcoin pairing, and I posted this a week or so ago, and it's been holding great. So, I mean, Litecoin dropped way less than the rest of the market when Bitcoin was dropping. This is huge, though. This looks great. Let's fly. Okay, got a little resistance here, maybe. I don't know where to put this line. Probably up here, really. So we broke through that downtrend very nicely, consolidated above. Now let's fly, you guys. So Litecoin's looking great, great. I've just been buying on the dips. I did decrease my exposure a little bit just in case we dip further, but we didn't. So I had I took like a 3 or 4% loss on a partial position and bought back like 3 or 4% higher. But I still got plenty of exposure. My portfolio's up decently today, so it's all good. I just wanted to reduce my exposure a little bit over the weekend to be safe. Yeah, so Litecoin is looking good. It's looking to fly. There's a lot of open air once we break this 99 SMA. Okay. Algo, I am holding strong. I am not going to sell this for a while. Okay. This is just beautiful. Let's go to the monthly. Actually, I don't really care about the monthly, but what are we on Coinbase right now? We already retested this high on Coinbase. You guys have seen these low market cap coins on Coinbase just flying, right? I mean, this is just going to fly. Like one of these, we're going to have a monthly candle like this one of these days, pretty sure. Okay. Let's go to the Bitcoin, or not Bitcoin. I don't know why I keep saying Bitcoin. Let's go to the Binance chart because I think it's a little bit more history, right? Okay, there's just nothing but green air. There's nothing but, free air above here. It's a quick selling. It creates a huge gap in price, or just creates a huge gap here, and then we just gap back up. Strong volume coming in. I don't care if we dip, honestly. If we dip back to 40 cents, I'll buy more. I'll just buy more. Okay, so that's monthly chart. Let's zoom in, though, because I don't really trade monthly charts. Weekly chart, okay. You got this nice little diamond bottom here. Okay, and the Bitcoin algo chart looks just as good, you guys. Okay, we got this like little bottoming pattern here. All right, and basically when you drop, your target is the same size when you go back up. So our target's going to be up here again. Pretty straightforward. Okay, $3. And I don't see why this can't break all-time high. All right, this is a long-term accumulation for a year. Okay, we've been basically accumulating on this thing for a year, right? September 16th, September to August, basically. Okay, or June. I mean, there's nobody wanting to sell this right now, in my opinion. Who wants to sell? Okay, don't sell it. I'm not selling. So we even had this, like, this is the beginning of its history, right? And we retested that on the weekly for OBV. I'm just expecting green for the next couple weeks at least, and I'm not planning on selling yet. Got a nice position size built up now from buying the dips, and I just want to hold. Really nice reaction here. That's a really strong reaction so far on the daily. We just need to see it break this resistance here, this breakdown point. Okay. But yeah, algo is one of my favorite charts. Bitcoin chart's basically the same. It actually showed a little bit more strength in Bitcoin. But what more could you want? It's breaking out with volume. At some point, a lot of people are probably fading this or waiting for a dip or whatever. At some point, though, it's going to fly. I mean, my lowest entry is 35 cents on the USD pairing. I wish I would have seen this a little bit sooner. But, yeah, it looks good. What else? What else? What else? We could do Link. Check out Link real quick. All right, I'm not as good at these really strong bullish trends, so as low as I think we would probably go is right around here. Okay, this $11 area. If we go down there, I'll definitely consider buying some. Could we have a double bottom here? Yeah, that's a pretty strong breakdown, you guys. Now we're consolidating. So honestly, and I wouldn't mind if Link dropped, because usually when Link's been dropping lately, the market's actually been going up. I feel like they've been a little inversely paired. Maybe not. Maybe that's just me. But we got a really strong breakdown with a really weak reaction and consolidation. If we break this up, okay, we might be okay. But looks like consolidation, which would probably drop us. Okay, back to this main breakout area, and then that's where I'd look to build a long position on it. And we got a nice reaction a couple days ago, but we actually rejected on lower volume. So we're in this range now. I can't long or short this. Okay, we did hold this breakout candle here. So obviously we need to keep holding that, because if we lose that, then it's definitely down to probably this breakout here. So maybe even like 1050 or something. Maybe a little bit lower than 11. But daily OBV already is about to make a new low, so I'm holding off on Link right now. A double top maybe on the 6 hour too. So yeah, I'm holding off on Link right now. We got a dead cat bounce signal from Top Goon X. We're seeing some decreased momentum, so I'm staying away from that one right now. Let's check out XRP, and then we'll probably call it for now. And I'm not really interested in leverage trading too much this week, you guys. I mean, I'm just loading up on spot positions and holding, basically. It's way easier for now in this type of market conditions. So this is a cluster chop zone for sure, but we're holding nicely and we're consolidating here, so we could bounce out of that. You can see we held this breakdown, okay, just like Ethereum did. Held this breakdown. We got a fake out below, and then we broke back above. We just need to see some buyer volume come in. Okay. We did get this bull flag breakout. Okay, and now we retested it twice. So any more breakdown, and we're probably going to go back down to 23 to 25 cent range, somewhere around there. We'll probably drop to it. But for now, if the rest of the market moves up, XRP probably moves up. You can see we broke this with high volume, and now we're retesting. So if I was going to get in, I'd probably look to get in now. But I'm already in from a little bit lower this weekend. Otherwise, we've got this nice support hold here all the way across. All right, so unless we lose this, we're sitting fine on XRP. Yeah, I mean, I don't have too much to say about XRP. This chart is always weird to me. It kind of does its own thing, so I don't scalp it because it really does its own thing. But when it goes up, it's probably just going to go up. And I would look at 44 cent minimum on XRP, but probably more like 60 to 70. I mean, 93 even isn't out of the question. So we've got this really nice, strong OBV consolidating. Top Goon X with a strong buy signal and increased momentum. So we're at that strong momentum now. We've crossed. Okay, we've crossed and we've dipped. So where do we cross at? In here. Okay, so when you cross in here, you want to buy the 0.786 fib. When you cross these levels, that's usually where you're going to buy. So we're going to draw fibs from the bottom here to the top, and I would look to buy the 786 fib. So 28 cents, okay? So basically, I expect continuation when we cross here at the 0.786. Not only there's actually some really, really good confluence here because we have momentum going up from here, right? Momentum going up with price going down. So that's a bullish divergence with Top Goon X. But also, we have an OBV divergence. Bam, on the 3-day. So that's good, good, good. That's pretty bullish. I'm thinking that we're consolidating here above resistance, above support. Okay, maybe in a bull flag. I don't care how you want to draw that, but that's bullish. And if we just take our consolidation, if we make this a pattern here, and we draw up here. So our next target would be 41 to 42 cent area. Okay. Somebody asked, how can I get the Top Goon X indicator? Right now, Top Goon X is only available for Elevate Trading members. If you want to check out Elevate Trading, go to www.elevatetrading.com. Okay, that's the shirt. I post a lot of I have a whole educational channel built up there. I post content almost all day, every day. I feel like, we have a lot of really good traders in there that are admin, but we also have a lot of good members that are really good traders that just stay in the group for, extra. They stay in the group for chatting, but they also stay in for like more eyes because, as one trader, you can't always see everything. So if I'm posting something or looking at a coin, they can go look at it too. But also they're in there chatting and helping a lot of the newer traders. So it's really cool. That's kind of the whole premise of our group, is to help people learn how to trade and learn how to read charts and everything. So super exciting. Super excited to have such a good community in there. We have like over 300 members. So feel free to check it out. If not, you're not going to hurt my feelings. But so thanks for asking. So that's where Top Goon X is available. Anthony, no, I haven't charted ADA. And I haven't charted Kava either, but I can check it out real quick. Like Heavy Satoshi. Yeah, Satoshi Heavy is one of my partners. He created all of my indicators, or all of the indicators. He created Top Goon X. Kava. I don't know about Kava. This is maybe a consolidation. Okay, and I'm not as good at these low volume coins, you guys. I more stick with the high volume stuff, which is why I mostly just trade Bitcoin. The 3-day wise, we've got some really strong bullish momentum. We've got a support hold here after consolidation breakout. So 3-day, I'm leaning bullish. We do have a bit of a topping pattern here, but it's decreased volume. So if we flip this candle here, when does the 3-day close here? So it closes today, I believe, 22, 23, 24. So it should close today, right? 19th, 22nd, 25th. So it'll close today. So if we can get this 3-day candle close above here, okay, if we flip 432-ish, then we should be pretty bullish and continue on. We want to see some high volume buyback breakout above there, okay? But I would have considered buying down here maybe. Up here, it's a little risky to buy at this point. I don't like buying these big, huge trends anyway. Buy at your own risk at this point. We could definitely retest even here, like 309. Oh, hey, Tony. Cool. Well, welcome. Thanks for all the stuff too, Tony. Tony sent me some really cool like gun cleaning kits and some really high quality stuff. It was really appreciated. So super nice guy. Super appreciated, man. I use all that stuff all the time, by the way. So thanks again. Look, Bitcoin looks like it's gonna do like maybe a short term little pullback here. Okay, we're getting some downtrending. Maybe 211,680-ish down here somewhere. Okay, we're mid-range right now, so scalpers, don't go button crazy. Don't start pushing buttons. Okay, you're mid-range right here. Top of your range is up here somewhere. Okay, bottom of your range is down here. You can't really enter a short here or a long. This is no man's land. Okay, no man's land. Maybe short up here, maybe long down here. I kind of create these zones a lot, and then I just look for reactions in zones, okay? If you're at a support, you'll most likely usually get a reaction, okay? So I'll usually, at least I'll bounce here, even if I just get a bounce to here, and then we drop further, I got this bounce here, and I can, scalp that. So yeah, you guys, that's really all I got today. It looks like short term, maybe a little bit of a pullback, but overall high time frames, I'm still expecting some upside. Okay, everything is looking rather bullish in my opinion. We didn't really have too much selling over the weekend, and lately when we've kind of been just holding sideways on the weekend, we've been pushing up after. So it's kind of been like sideways consolidation, dip buying on the weekends, and then pushing. Links dropping a little bit. Yeah. let's wait till, set some alerts if you want. If you're getting antsy to trade, there's really literally nothing to trade right now here on Bitcoin, at least. So if you're getting antsy to trade, just set some alerts. So I could set an alert here, set an alert up here, and then walk away. And then when my alerts go off, I can hop back on the computer, or I can hop back on my phone or whatever and look for a reaction. But a lot of times, you're just sitting here watching, and you're like, oh, well, this is going to go down. I know it's going to go down. Screw it. I'm just going to enter. And then it'll bounce on you up here real quick and stop on everyone and then go down. And then you took a loss here, and it go, and then it goes to your target. Or you're like, oh, well, I want a long here, right? But then you look at lower time frame, you're like, oh man, it's going to bounce. No, it's going to bounce here. It's going to bounce for sure. So then you long, you're like, oh shoot, yeah, it's going to bounce early. So you long, and then you get stopped out because it goes back down, right? So if you want a breakout trade, you can try this, but there's low volume right now coming in on sellers. So that always means we could get a little bit of bounce first. Right now, chop range. Don't get chopped up in the chop range. Step away, right? Talk to yourself. Tell yourself not to do something. Listen to yourself, okay? Because you know best when you're thinking logically, not when you're thinking emotionally, okay? So talk to yourself logically and do what you're saying. So if you sit down at the computer and you're like, okay, I'm only going to trade on 15-minute time frame with 5x leverage, half-size positions, if, whatever criteria is met or something like that. And my max risk is going to be 1% on this position, okay? Sit down and tell yourself that, make a plan, and then go and execute your plan. And then once you sit down there, don't start going, oh man, this is a perfect opportunity. I'm going to go 100x leverage, full account size, because this is just too good to pass up. And then, that's not going to help you in the long run. It might work once or twice, but in the long run, you need to have a set plan and you need to think logically and not with emotions. Okay. So right now, like I said, we're just kind of chopping. Top Gun X has a little bit of bullish divergence, so we could bounce around here in range. I don't usually short when Top Gun X is bottomed because you can see what happens. If you short when it's down here, it can get some really crazy spikes. Okay, like here. I usually only look to short when it's up higher, and you can see here when it's up higher. Okay, it's a better opportunity to short. So, anyway, does anyone have any questions or anything before I take off? Anyone have any questions or anything you want me to answer? Otherwise, just keep hanging out with me on Twitter. I'm thinking about doing a t-shirt giveaway this week. So I've got some t-shirts. We'll probably do one in Discord first for Elevate members, and then I'll save some extra shirts for Twitter. Give you guys some t-shirts. Working on the beginner's guide for trading right now. Okay. Really, really, really basic stuff. Literally like it goes to a little bit more, intermediate stuff, but it's like what a candle body is, how to read a candle body, what candles mean, patterns, how to read supports, resistances, even abbreviations, like what does HTF mean, high time frame, things like that, how to read volume. So it'll be like a quick, brief breakdown where I can send people, because I always get people asking me, I want to learn how to trade, I want to learn how to read charts, where do I go? So I can actually send them somewhere. Now I'd be like, here, check out my beginner's guide, okay? And that's a good basis to start building off of. You can reference that anytime. It'll have how to use some indicators, like RSI and OBV, things like that. So excited to get that released, hopefully soon. It's finally about a third way done, maybe. So getting there. And then obviously I'm still working on all those other programs I've mentioned and working on bringing maybe like a podcast or something to you guys. So and the beginner's guide will be free, you guys. I'm not going to charge for that. Okay. I really just want to help people have a basis to where to start. But then I want to do maybe a success teaching podcast or something where we can share some cool success stories of business owners, or help people that are maybe trying to figure out how to start a business, or where to go, or what resources are available and things like that. So it could be pretty exciting. Maybe I can get some guys from Twitter to share some of their stories, how they got into crypto, how they started their companies, kind of like what they're doing on the side and things like that. And we might learn some things from other people too. I just know some people that hustle their asses off and have done, have lied on resumes to get their name noticed. They didn't lie about like their credentials or anything, but and I'll save some of this. I'll save this story for if I actually can if I do like get some sort of podcast going. But I've just know some crazy stories, and I've done some crazy things in the past too, to get where you want to be and make happen what you want to make happen. So it's kind of fun to share, and I get some viewers on there, you guys on Twitter sharing as well, and kind of make it maybe like a community thing. So be kind of cool. Always appreciate you guys' support on Twitter. Obviously, I appreciate all your retweets and comments. Always feel free to ask questions. I try to answer them best I can. But I just enjoy interacting with you guys and talking with everyone and meeting new people. So anyway, that's all for me today, you guys. Don't get chopped up on this. The last week's almost been straight sideways, it seems like. So just be careful. Sit on your hands. Wait till the volatility really starts popping up to start trading more if you're looking to leverage trade. Because you can't really trade this as well as you can trade something like this, okay, or something like this. This is just really choppy. I mean, we're just getting every other candle is just the opposite of the other, okay? So sit on your hands. Don't get too antsy. Set some alerts. All right. But yeah, that's all for me today, you guys.